Steph Curry should not be the third NBA billionaire. The other two guys, Michael Jordan and LeBron James, were top picks that dominated from day one. Steph was a 3-star high school recruit. Him being a billionaire is like my grandma becoming a great gamer.
I'm stuck. No.
Okay, that is not my grandma, but Steph's story is even crazier than that grandma. He made just $60 million the first 8 years of his career. That's as much as he'll make in one season on this current contract. So how is Steph gonna catch LeBron and MJ with such a horrible start financially? Well, I know this makes no sense, but he will make $1 billion because he got underpaid. In his first 2 seasons, Steph sprained his ankles 24 times and had 2 surgeries. In year 3, he was negotiating a new contract and got injured again. So while other guys in his draft class were getting paid, Golden State took the max off the table. James Harden got $79 million. Ricky Rubio, $65 million. The Dubs offered Steph the same as Tyreke Evans. 4 years, $44 million. Which sounds like a lot, but Steph is not Tyreke Evans. Now, he signed it because Steph wasn't sure about his own future, but no one knew that contract would change the NBA. The next year, the Warriors traded for future Finals MVP Andre Iguodala. If Steph had gotten the max, that doesn't happen. Curry was the Dubs' best player, but paid less than Iggy, David Lee, and Andrew Bogut. Then the team paid Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, who also made more than Steph. He was horribly underpaid, but it laid the foundation for a dynasty that made Steph a legend. One underrated part of that contract was the length. He signed a 4-year deal instead of 3, which made him a free agent the first year of the Supermax. So instead of 5 years, $153 million, he got $201 million. After that, he became the first player to sign 2 deals worth over $200 million. In the end, Steph will have made $470 million from basketball alone. But that's less than $500 million. The rest is made from genius moves off the court. Now, a lot of people have heard the story about how Nike lost Steph to Under Armour, but Steph says that story is wrong. In 2013, he was looking for a shoe sponsor. Nike set up a meeting, which they messed up. The presentation featured Kevin Durant because they were so lazy they reused the same presentation. An executive called him Stephen Curry, like an idiot. Steph's dad says, "Look, I heard some people pronounce his name wrong before. I wasn't surprised. I was surprised I didn't get a correction. I stopped paying attention after that. Ouch." Also ouch because Nike lost Steph to Under Armour for $4 million. But Steph told Draymond Green a different story.
Signing a $44 million deal, did that play any role into you ultimately leaving Nike and saying, I'm going to go sign with Under Armour?
That is a great question. And yes, that is actually a fantastic. Nobody's ever really put that 2 and 2 together. Building something from scratch, taking a chance to put my fingerprint on a brand from the ground up and have a company that was going to kind of invest behind me. That was a huge opportunity. Getting the signature shoe game, build a brand, and I got this freaking logo on my hat, and that was me betting on myself. Yeah, I don't know if I would have made that decision had things gone differently with the contracts, though.
What Steph is saying is he had a vision to be the Michael Jordan of Under Armour. MJ's popularity made Nike the brand they are today, but Nike saw Steph as just another player. They have 284 guys under contract. 5 of them have a signature shoe. LeBron, KD, Giannis, Kyrie, and Paul George. If Nike didn't want to make Steph a main piece, he was out. CJ McCollum is with Li Ning for the CJ1. Klay's got a shoe, with Anta. So Steph was betting that he could be the face of a brand, and it worked. Once he became a superstar, Under Armour took off. Their value when he signed in 2013 was about $5 billion. When Golden State won their first chip, UA was worth $22 billion, taking over second place in sales from Adidas. Steph then signed with them again in 2015 for $20 million a year and ownership of the company. Now, no one knows exactly how much Steph owns, but anyone with over 5% has to disclose that publicly, so it's under 5%. My guess is he owns 1% of Under Armour. That's how much LeBron owns in his sponsorship company, so it makes sense. Well, UA's peak valuation was about 23 billion, which would give Steph 224 million bucks. But I don't think Steph is selling his stock anytime soon. On top of that, they started the Curry brand, similar to Jordan brand with Nike. That deal makes Jordan 150 million a year. Even if Curry gets a fraction of that, it's huge. So all his biggest moves can be traced back to getting underpaid as a young player. Without that, he's never a billionaire. His other sponsorships include Google, Rakuten, Panini, FTX, CarMax, Callaway Golf, and of course, Subway. Every year, Steph gets about 50 million in sponsorships and investments. So add all that up, and you can see how Steph will be the third NBA billionaire. But predicting who comes after Steph is tricky, because I think we are gonna have a lot of guys reach that level. A max rookie extension is 30% of the salary cap, which keeps going up. In 2011, Derrick Rose signed that extension for 94.3 million. In 2022, Luka signed the same deal for 207 million. The next contract a guy can sign is for 35% of the cap. Steph's version in 2017 was 201 million. Nikola Jokic just signed it for 264. So if a player drafted this year is a superstar from day one, he can be a billionaire in NBA contracts alone. One big reason is the NBA media rights deal up in 2025. The last time that happened was in 2016. Salary spiked, and it helped the Warriors sign Kevin Durant. On top of that, you have like sports gambling getting involved in basketball, the jersey patch sponsorships. Let's say Paolo Banchero is a superstar. He could end up making 100 million in one season at some point. And that number, saying like multiple billionaires, sounds crazy, but so did players making like 40 million just a few years ago. Now, it is normal for a guy to take in 60 million a year, and eventually the NBA billionaire will be a normal thing. But how is Steph gonna spend his $1 billion? Well, we know LeBron wants to be a team owner like MJ. Steph says he wants to be involved in the game too. I don't think I would coach in the NBA, but I'll always have a presence in the game because it's given me so much. It sounds like his dream would be to follow Kobe's footsteps and get involved with his kids' game if they want to play. There will be a lot more time to coach, whether it's high school or college or even younger kids. There's something amazing about those moments. Steph also has a production company that made his putt-putt golf reality show and a successful movie called Breakthrough. His wife owns a restaurant in San Francisco and Las Vegas. But no, Steph will not be a pro golfer. I've heard some people talk about that. You just have no idea what it takes to actually join the PGA Tour. But I think if Steph wants to be involved in basketball, he will always have a home with the Warriors, just like Tim Duncan does whatever he wants with the Spurs. I think Steph is gonna age so he never is on a toxic contract no matter how much it is, unlike Russell Westbrook. There are a lot of bad rumors about his future right now, and a lot of it started when his friend gave us a warning that I put in this video.